This is my 1999 Toyota 4Runner SR5 4-wheel drive, and it's my daily driver. Over the course of these videos, I will be transforming it into my ideal daily driver that I can take off-roading. So if you look, don't ignore the lock cylinders. Those will be next to be replaced. You will hear them a lot during this video. But for right now, my shifter is LARPing to be a manual right now. So we are going to fix that. And to do that, I have bought some, I can get them open one-handed. Bought some shifter bushings. These are for the 4-wheel drive ones, which this one is, which has 4 bushings rather than the 2 that are in the 2-wheel drive versions. I learned that from YouTube. So I'm going to take this panel off, trim removal tool, and we'll go from there. I just realized while filming that time lapse there, I need to take my 4-wheel drive knob off, and I do believe I don't know actually how this one comes off, because some of the videos I watched, these have a Phillips screw holding it in down here, and this one does not have any of that. I think I want to say it's a twist off, but I will look it up and know for sure. I don't know if anyone's had a similar problem to this when they're looking underneath here. I don't know. But what in the world's all that? Looks like, I don't know, carpet shreds or something. But we're gonna keep getting this out. I'll move all that stuff out of the way as need be, and we'll get back to it. Pressure, I was able just to unscrew this one, which is what I thought it was at first, but I was unsure. This motion looks wrong until I did a little bit more research. And just like that. Maybe. There we go. That's out. Now we could hopefully slide the rest of this off. Man, this thing's, oh, look at that. Ugh. That is disgusting. How much that's fallen apart over the years. Previous owner uses it as a farm truck, so this all makes sense, but still. Damn. Here for a closer look. I'm gonna turn these on, if that helps any. But that is crazy. That, like, I mean, I'm sure all these have the little foam things, but how much this one's deteriorated. Can't wait to work in all this. I'm just gonna yoink all this out and throw it all away. Got most of it out of here, enough to work at least, and I'm just gonna go and throw this wad in the trash. We'll get back to it. Right, so it looks like there are 3 Phillips head screws that I will have to take out, and just as a before, so we can do a before and after comparison. This is before. Pretty bad. I don't know if this is supposed to rattle, I don't know, but it does a little. Not as bad. I mean, not as bad as this. That is just like, here, let me show you. If you look down in here, maybe, you can see the whole thing wobbling. So yeah, I think I definitely need to replace these bushings. That is all 3 out. And now all this is loose. Alright, so I ended up removing my cup holder trim as well, just so I can access more of this area down here. Also, so I can maybe if it wants me to, try to remove this side trim here, so that I can get down to down here where the now non-existent bushings are. Alright, so I know I skipped over a lot, but it would have been absolutely horrendous for you to watch me try and do that. But I was able to remove down this rubber boot down here and fish my way into this little brass cylinder down there and get the bushings onto it like this and slot that through. Now I'm just working on getting the rubber boot back up, and that part will be done, and then the rest is just reconstruction. Yay. I found the best way to get these rubber things back up is just honestly a small pair of needle nose pliers, and if you can grab it, just out. If you can, pull it up like that. And okay, it's hard to put the camera in my way, but you see what I mean. You just keep pulling it up, and when you finally get done, you put the metal piece back in. So I'm gonna do that for this one, and not that one. No, I didn't touch that one. That one there. And then I'll report back. You can see in some of these shots, I've removed the dashboard bezel around my radio and air conditioning units, just so I could have a better angle to reach all those bolts near the top there, so I could use my full-size ratchet and drive it down with ease. It did end up saving me a whole bunch of time and energy using this bigger ratchet rather than a 1/4 inch tiny little ratchet. And the video I watched kind of didn't show how to pry it off, but if you just use a trim removal tool, it'll come right off. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. But don't be afraid to remove any trim. As you can see, I removed some of my center console cup holder trim and now the center dash trim. So don't be afraid to remove any of the trim there. If it's in the way, you can remove it, and it's always easy to pop back in. These were just held in by some clips, and with the trim removal tool that you can see on my passenger seat, it was able to come out just fine. I will link the video I used for the disassembly and repair. You can see my dad here helping me drive in the big old bolts that go through the bushings, because I could not get them myself, as the bushings, well, have a good tolerance as to before, when they were all disintegrated. So I will link the video I used down below. Really helpful video. Used it for this whole project. And yeah, enjoy the rest of the video. Right, so my camera died, but I got all the bolts back in down here, and even just like with this plastic trim not fully screwed in, look how much sturdier that is than before. And we'll do a proper before and after once all of this is back in. So let's finish getting all this in. All right, last step is to screw the transfer case knob back on. Come on up. You can make it. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna backtrack it a little bit. There we go. And there we have it. That is the shifter bushings done. Now let's play the before for how this looked and sounded. And then this is after. No, that click was just going into park all the way. No play at all anywhere on here, and it doesn't go into gear when you have the key off, which is so nice. Then when I have the key on and the brake pushed, it'll actually go into gear much smoother. Oh. So overall, this was a great thing and will improve the daily driving ability of this car so much.